Chapter 1. Motivation as a behavioral predictor. Understanding people's motivations reveals why they act as they do, driven by various factors like desire, fear, and social influences. This insight allows for predicting and influencing behavior. Motivation as an expression of the shadow. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow holds that we all have disowned parts of ourselves, our fears, anger, and weaknesses. The shadow, though hidden, influences behavior and can manifest in dreams or actions. For example, someone raised in a strict, study-focused environment might later express repressed needs for freedom. Integrating our shadow leads to wholeness and authenticity, enhancing our ability to understand and relate to others on a deeper level. Our inner child still lives. The inner child is a psychological concept representing our childhood selves and experiences. It holds our earliest memories, feelings, and needs, influencing how we react as adults. For instance, an adult who feels overlooked in a work meeting and reacts defensively might be responding from their inner child who felt neglected or ignored as a child. Recognizing this, we can approach such situations with empathy, addressing the root emotional needs rather than just the surface reaction. The motivation factor, pleasure or pain. Viewing behavior through a psychological lens helps us understand the benefits people seek from their actions. Human behavior is driven by a complex mix of desires, fears, and various factors, including social, financial, and biological influences. Recognizing these motivations enables us to interpret actions as logical extensions of individuals' characters, shedding light on their personal narratives. The pyramid of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a model that outlines human motivation based on 5 levels. Maslow suggests that one must satisfy lower-level needs before addressing higher-level needs. For instance, a person struggling for food and shelter, physiological needs, is not concerned with self-esteem or self-actualization. This hierarchy helps in understanding what motivates people at different stages of life and fulfillment, guiding interactions and support tailored to their current needs. In defense of the ego. People use various strategies to protect their egos. For instance, someone might blame external factors for their shortcomings to shield their self-esteem, such as attributing work failures to a biased boss or claiming clumsiness due to external conditions rather than acknowledging their own faults. These defense mechanisms, including denial, rationalization, and projection, serve to prevent direct confrontation with personal flaws or failures. Recognizing these patterns can offer deep insights into individuals' motivations and the complex ways they navigate their self-perception and interactions with the world. Chapter 2. The body, the face, and clusters. Understanding people goes beyond their words. Their body language and actions often reveal true feelings and intentions. While scientific evidence supports the idea that nonverbal cues are significant, interpreting these signals accurately requires context and caution. Simply put, observing how someone acts and reacts can provide insights into their inner state, but assumptions based on single observations can be misleading. A holistic view, considering both verbal and nonverbal communication, is essential for a true understanding of others. Look at my face. Exploring micro-expressions, fleeting facial movements that reveal true emotions, offers insight into what people genuinely feel, even when they try to hide it. Paul Ekman's research identified these quick expressions as universal across cultures, linked to 6 basic emotions. Despite being difficult to catch and interpret without training, understanding micro-expressions can enhance empathy and emotional intelligence. However, it's crucial to view these cues within a broader context, recognizing that no single gesture definitively indicates deception or sincerity. Body talk. Understanding body language reveals genuine emotions and intentions, offering insights beyond verbal communication. Joe Navarro emphasizes that our involuntary movements, governed by the emotional part of our brain, signal comfort, stress, or deceit. Observing pacifying behaviors like taping with your feet or defensive postures can indicate underlying feelings. Recognizing these nonverbal cues, from gestures to expressions, helps decode true thoughts, enhancing empathy and communication in relationships. putting it all together. Analyzing body language and facial expressions is more about piecing together a puzzle than finding a single indicator of deception or emotion. It's about observing patterns, changes, and the context of behaviors to form a clearer picture of someone's true feelings or intentions. Pay attention to clusters of behavior, mirroring, energy dynamics in interactions, and the overall context to better understand the nonverbal cues people are sending. This approach enriches relationships, enhances communication, and helps navigate interpersonal dynamics more effectively. The human body as a whole, read it that way. Understanding people involves more than just words, it's about observing the unified expression of their body and voice. Studies have shown that gestures influence vocal tones, revealing emotions and intentions hidden behind spoken words. By paying attention to the nuances in someone's voice and their physical presence, we can gain insights into their true feelings and thoughts, proving that effective communication requires interpreting both verbal and nonverbal cues as a cohesive whole. Thinking in terms of message clusters. To read people effectively, focus on their overall behavior and the message it conveys. For instance, aggression is shown through invasive gestures and a dominant posture, signaling a desire to control or attack. Assertiveness is expressed through confident, firm stances and gestures demonstrating self-assurance without aggression. Submissive behavior includes smaller, protective gestures indicating a desire to appear less threatening or to avoid conflict. Deceptive behavior often involves tension and inconsistent gestures, revealing discomfort or an attempt to conceal true feelings. Observing these patterns requires noting clusters of related behaviors and considering the person as a whole. Changes from their baseline behavior or inconsistencies between their words and actions can provide insights into their true feelings or intentions. Understanding these signals can deepen our interactions by revealing underlying emotions and motivations beyond what is verbally expressed. Chapter 3. Personality Science and Typology. Understanding personality involves recognizing consistent behavioral patterns that help predict how someone might react in various situations. It allows for a deeper interpretation of individual actions and enhances interactions by anticipating needs and responses. The Big Five. Each dimension, openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, reveals unique aspects of an individual's character and how they interact with the world. Openness involves the willingness to explore new experiences, ideas, and creative pursuits. High openness suggests curiosity and innovation, while low openness might indicate a preference for routine and familiarity. Conscientiousness denotes the level of organization, dependability, and discipline. Individuals scoring high on this trait are often meticulous and reliable, whereas those with lower scores might struggle with structure and consistency. Extroversion captures one's orientation towards social interactions. Extroverts draw energy from being around others, while introverts may find socializing draining and prefer solitude. Agreeableness reflects a person's tendency towards empathy, cooperation, and consideration for others. Highly agreeable people are often kind and helpful, while those lower in agreeableness may prioritize their interests over others. Neuroticism indicates emotional stability and resilience to stress. High neuroticism is associated with sensitivity to negative emotions. Lower levels suggest calmness and stress resistance. Jung and the MBTI. Focusing on the MBTI's 4 dimensions offers insights into individual behaviors and preferences, which can influence how we interpret and interact with others. Extroversion, E versus introversion, I. This dimension assesses where an individual gets their energy. Extroverts are energized by social interactions, whereas introverts prefer solitary activities to recharge, just like in the Big Five. Sensing, S versus intuition, N. Sensing individuals focus on the present and concrete information gained through their senses. In contrast, intuitive types look at the world through possibilities and what might be, focusing on patterns and abstract information. Thinking, T versus feeling, F. This axis explores decision-making processes. Thinkers make decisions based on logic and rules, while feelers consider people's feelings and circumstances in their decision-making. Judging J versus perceiving P. Judging types prefer structure, schedules, and making decisions quickly. Perceivers are more flexible, open to new information, and prefer to keep their options open. You can get 16 different personality types from the MBTI test. However, it's crucial to remember personalities can be fluid, and these dimensions are just one tool among many for understanding human behavior. Kiersey's temperaments. Kiersey's 4 temperaments distill MBTI complexities into broader categories, highlighting innate roles and behaviors. Guardians prioritize security and belonging. They are the cornerstone of societal structure, ensuring traditions and laws are upheld. Guardians are particularly skilled in logistics, managing resources, and maintaining systems efficiently. They are divided in administrators, directive guardians. They take charge in organizing, supervising, and leading efforts to maintain order and security. Administrators are skilled in implementing policies and procedures, often taking on roles that require oversight and leadership. And conservators, supportive guardians, these individuals focus on supporting and nurturing the structures and people within an organization. They excel in roles that require attention to detail, caring for others, and maintaining operational stability through their supportive nature. Artisans value freedom and impact. They are masters of adaptation, thriving in dynamic environments that require flexibility and creativity. Artisans excel in tactical execution, making immediate adjustments as needed. They are divided in operators, directive artisans. Operators are pragmatic and focused on efficiency, often taking the lead in situations that require quick, decisive action. They are hands-on, preferring direct involvement in their projects to steer them towards their vision of success. And entertainers, improvisational artisans, with a natural flair for improvisation and adaptability. Entertainers shine in roles that allow for creative expression and spontaneous decision-making. They bring energy and innovation, making them invaluable in dynamic or unpredictable circumstances. Idealists are driven by a quest for meaning and personal growth. They excel in roles that allow them to inspire, motivate, and understand others on a deeper level, making diplomacy their forte. They are divided in mentors, directive idealists. Mentors guide others towards growth and self-improvement. They often take on roles that involve teaching, counseling, or leading teams with a focus on developing each individual's potential and fostering a harmonious environment. And advocates, mediative idealists. Advocates work towards mediating and resolving conflicts by understanding differing perspectives. They excel in roles that require empathy, compassion, and a genuine desire to help others find common ground and mutual understanding. Rationals seek knowledge and mastery above all. They are natural problem solvers and innovators, always looking for ways to improve and optimize. Rationals are strategic thinkers, planning several steps ahead in their pursuit of efficiency and competence. Coordinators, directive rationals. Coordinators are strategic leaders, focusing on organizing resources and efforts to achieve long-term objectives. They excel in roles that require analytical thinking, planning, and the ability to see the bigger picture. Engineers, analytical rationals, with a keen eye for detail and a systematic approach to problem solving. Engineers thrive in environments that challenge their intellect and creativity. They are adept at analyzing complex systems and devising innovative solutions to improve or overhaul them. The Enneagram. The Enneagram is a personality typing system that outlines 9 fundamental personality types. Each type is defined by unique motivations, fears, and behavioral patterns, offering a framework for understanding the variety in human nature. The Reformer. Reformers are ethical and conscientious, possessing a strong sense of right and wrong. They are motivated by the desire to live their life in a morally upright way, improving themselves and the world around them. However, their perfectionistic drive can lead to criticism and dissatisfaction when imperfections are evident. The Helper. Helpers are caring, interpersonal types who express their affection through assisting others. Their need to be liked and to be seen as helpful can sometimes turn into a fear of being unwanted. This leads them to go to great lengths to meet others' needs, occasionally at the expense of their own well-being. The Achiever. driven by the need to be successful and to avoid failure. Achievers are adaptable, excelling, driven, and highly conscious of their image. They are efficient and energetic but may become overly concerned with their external success and status, neglecting their deeper emotional life. The individualists are sensitive and introspective, driven by a desire for personal identity and significance. They often feel misunderstood or different from others, leading them to cultivate uniqueness. Their focus on their internal emotional states can sometimes result in moodiness or self-absorption. The investigators are perceptive, innovative, and curious, driven by a thirst for knowledge and competency. They prefer to observe and understand the world from a distance, which can sometimes lead to isolation or an intense focus on their inner mental life at the expense of social interactions. The loyalist, characterized by their reliability and commitment to trust and security, loyalists are excellent troubleshooters, foreseeing problems and fostering cooperation. However, their need for security can manifest as anxiety and indecisiveness, leading them to seek reassurance from others. The enthusiasts are spontaneous, versatile, and acquisitive, constantly seeking new and exciting experiences. They aim to avoid pain and discomfort, which can sometimes lead to scattered attention and an inability to fully commit or find satisfaction in their pursuits. The challengers are self-confident, strong, and assertive, protecting themselves and those in their care. They seek control over their own life and environment, which can come across as confrontational or domineering, masking their vulnerability. The peacemakers are receptive, good-natured, and supportive, seeking internal and external peace. They desire harmony and may go to great lengths to avoid conflict, sometimes at the cost of their own needs and preferences, leading to passive-aggressive behavior or complacency. Each type offers insights into how people view the world and manage their emotions and relationships. Chapter 4. Lie Detection 101 and Caveats. Being an adept reader of people is not just about fostering positive relationships, it's also a means of self-defense against manipulation and deceit. While no method is foolproof due to individual differences, the techniques discussed, drawn from professional lie detectors like FBI and CIA agents, offer valuable strategies for discerning truth from falsehood in various interactions. The problem: uncertainty. Improving lie detection is challenging because individual behaviors vary widely, and liars can often mask their deceit. Success in lie detection can increase under specific conditions, such as having a baseline of someone's normal behavior for comparison. It's also important to reflect on our own biases and why we might miss deception, understanding that our beliefs about honesty can impact our ability to spot lies. It's all about the conversation. Effective lie detection is more about engaging in a strategic conversation than observing isolated behaviors. Open-ended questions allow the liar to reveal inconsistencies. Holding back evidence can lead to slip-ups. Liars often present overly detailed stories without being prompted, while truthful individuals offer more information upon questioning. Noticing discrepancies and observing how someone reacts when confronted with evidence can also be revealing. In conversations involving multiple people, liars tend not to collaborate in their storytelling, whereas honest individuals do. Use the element of surprise. Spontaneous questioning disrupts a liar's prepared narrative, revealing inconsistencies and evasions. Watch for changes in confidence, avoidance of direct answers, and over-detailed responses as signs of deceit. A sudden shift towards defensiveness or exaggerated honesty can also indicate dishonesty. This approach aims to exploit the liar's need to maintain a facade, leveraging their lack of preparation to reveal the truth. How to increase cognitive load. To effectively spot lies, it's crucial to focus on the overall narrative and the emotions accompanying it, rather than isolated behaviors. Pushing a liar into a cognitive corner by asking unexpected questions and observing their emotional responses can reveal inconsistencies. Liars may show detachment from their fabricated story or exhibit stress through body language. Increasing cognitive load, for example, by asking them to recount their story in reverse, can make maintaining a lie more challenging. observing clusters of behavior rather than single cues, and understanding the psychological stress of lying enhance your ability to discern truth from deception. General tips for better than average lie detecting. In a dynamic and strategic conversation, using open-ended questions to elicit information and observe responses. Overly detailed stories, inconsistencies, and emotional mismatches can signal deceit. Catching liars off guard, without allowing them time to prepare, can reveal falsehoods through unexpected questions, and watching for cognitive overload signs like lack of emotion or contradictory body language. Successful lie detection combines patience, keen observation, and the strategic application of pressure to uncover the truth. Chapter 5. Using the power of observation. Quickly observing people, akin to how mediums do cold readings, requires accurately analyzing behavior and language for swift assessments. With the right skills, these scientifically supported methods can lead to accurate spontaneous judgments. How to use thin slicing. Thin slicing is a psychological concept where patterns are identified with minimal data, termed as thin slices, referring to a brief observation of a person's behavior. This approach supports the idea that accurate predictions about people can be made quickly, often within the first few minutes of observation. Studies suggest that snap judgments may be as accurate, if not more, than prolonged analysis, with intuition often providing better insight into others' bias or deception than deliberate thinking. Successful people readers combine gut instincts with rational analysis to offset potential limitations of each, applying this balance in various professional and personal scenarios to make informed decisions. Making smart observations. Word choice in communication can provide significant insights into a person's personality, emotional state, and honesty. Frequent use of personal pronouns like I might indicate extroversion or self-focus, while the use of negative emotion words could suggest neurotic tendencies. Swearing can make a speaker appear more intense without affecting their perceived credibility. The use of complex language or unnecessary jargon can signal a desire to be seen as knowledgeable or intelligent, but it might also hint at a lack of sincerity. Patterns in speech, such as how a person describes events or uses language to distance themselves from a situation, can also reveal their attitudes, biases, and level of responsibility. Understanding these nuances requires considering the broader context and individual differences, making it more art than science in deciphering personality and intentions through word choice. Read people like Sherlock Holmes reads a crime scene. Reading people involves analyzing various subtle cues from their physical appearance, expressions, and behaviors to their personal and digital spaces. Photographs, for instance, can reveal emotional states through the authenticity of smiles. Clothing choices and grooming habits provide insights into a person's identity, values, and mental state. Similarly, a person's home and possessions reflect their personality, values, and social tendencies. Online behaviors, including email patterns and social media activity, offer glimpses into one's personality traits, such as conscientiousness, extroversion, and openness. Handshakes during in-person interactions can indicate traits like self-esteem, anxiety, and agreeableness. Social media profiles, contrary to assumptions, often present a truthful portrayal of an individual's personality, affecting perceptions of their personal and professional capabilities. Observation can be active. How to use questions. Direct queries, while straightforward, can lead to superficial or contrived responses, lacking in depth or genuine self-reflection. In contrast, questions that probe into one's behaviors, preferences, and anticipations, such as what activities they look forward to or how they would spend time if financial constraints were removed, tend to elicit more specific and telling responses. These answers can provide valuable clues to understanding an individual's true motivations, desires, and character. Indirect questions, direct information. Questions you can ask others to get indirect information about people include motivations and values. Asking about desired prizes or feared punishments helps identify deep-seated motivations and values, reflecting what truly matters to an individual. Spending priorities. Inquiring where someone prefers to spend money versus where they cut costs reveals their life priorities and what experiences or possessions hold true value to them. Significant experiences, understanding a person's most meaningful achievements and disappointments offers insight into their self-view and the traits they value or despise in themselves. Joy and effort, questions about what activities are effortless or exhausting can indicate natural preferences and areas of genuine interest versus those of disinterest or disdain. Ideal self, asking individuals to design a character or choose traits reveals their aspirational self-image and highlights the qualities they most admire or deem unimportant. Philanthropic preferences. Identifying a preferred charity for a hypothetical large donation indicates broader concerns and values beyond personal interests, reflecting a global or community-oriented perspective. Personal identification. The animal someone identifies with can provide a creative avenue for them to express traits they see in themselves or aspire to, offering a unique perspective on their personality. Narrative preferences. Favorite movies can clue into the stories and narratives an individual resonates with, revealing underlying moral and ethical views, as well as personal aspirations and fears. Value indicators. Understanding what one would save from a fire highlights their most cherished possessions or values, cutting through superficial appearances to what truly matters to them. Deepest fears. Discussing fears can uncover core vulnerabilities and priorities, offering insight into a person's perceived strengths and weaknesses. Strategic questioning, especially when probing for stories or hypothetical scenarios, can bypass defenses, prompting authentic disclosure and facilitating a deeper grasp of a person's desires, values, and self-perception. That's it. How to Read People Like a Book in 27 Minutes. A link to the book is in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts and opinions on the book in the comments, and let me know which book should be next.